Happy Arvo. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. What a beautiful day it was, and what a beautiful week it was here, at least up top, here in North America, in Indiana. Nice weather. Nice weather going on. It's in the 80s, Fahrenheit, that is, or else we would literally be dead. It's my favorite day of the week. It's This Week in Australia, where I, all the way from up top over here, I'm going to go over the top posts from Australia, the Australian subreddit, see what kind of news went on this week. Just get my finger on the pulse of what's happening down under. And then also, special exciting thing that I'm going to try out in this one is you guys sent in some very interesting local news stories from around Australia, and we're just going to pop through a few of those. So maybe you'll learn something that went on in Australia that you wouldn't have otherwise known. All right, let's get to it. So the top post is this video, a random encounter in Oz. Okay, with a heart. 17,000 upvotes. That's really high for this subreddit. Let's see what we got here. Dash
Thanks,
cam.
James.
Thanks,
Pleasure
James.
yourself, buddy. Nice meeting you, buddy.
You too.
Take care, buddy.
Okay, it's like
You
an
know what?
Uber.
You look after yourself. I will. Okay.
It's raining. It's raining.
You're a champion.
The door's right there.
Thanks, buddy.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Isn't that French? Okay, that was a very sweet... Oh,
I lost my son last year. And you remind me so much of my son. So you take care.
Do you want a hug?
No, I do.
Yeah, let me help out. Let me help
No,
out.
I need help.
Oh.
Take care.
Yeah, I will.
The world will take you wherever you want to go.
Oh, that's so sweet.
wow.
See you later.
That was really something else. I wasn't expecting to hold back tears here at the first submission of the week. Okay, I'm trying to remain positive, but holy crap, especially now that I have a son, that hit me. That was not what I expected at all. I thought we were going to have a random encounter with a kangaroo. That would be typically what happens. Whew. Wow, that was a beautiful moment. It's amazing how kind humans can be to each other. You know, and then you'll see other Uber rides where it's just the complete opposite, just total disrespect. But here, this restores faith in humanity. Whew, that was awesome. All right, on to something a little more lighthearted. I live in Canada. My friend gave me a Freddo Frog from a UK shop. What the bleep is this thing? That's a Freddo Frog, bro. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I'm an expert, but I'm pretty sure if you bite into that, you're... Wait. No. I was thinking of the Caramello koala. That's not going to have caramel in it. I think that's going to have fudge in it. Fudge for frog. Am I right? Actually, I need to check the comments. I need to see if I'm right. Hold the F on. Since when were Freddo frogs shaped like they're stuck in a coffin? Okay. That does not answer my question, but let's keep going. This guy's apologizing on behalf of Australia, I guess. That this guy had to witness the worst chocolate redesign in history. I guess... I mean, I've had the Freddo Frog, and it was shaped like a frog. When did this redesign happen? Mine wasn't in a coffin. This is what he's supposed to look like, he says. Let's see. Yeah, I had that. And it's got... Are they just chocolate? Maybe they're just chocolate. Either that or there's fudge inside. It looks like they're just chocolate. That rings a bell now. I mean, I ate so many of these things, you'd think I'd freaking remember. But he says, The Caramello Koala is where it's at now. The Fritos taste like shit. Okay, noted. But I still don't know. I still don't know for sure if that's fudge or just their hard chocolate. I think they're just solid chocolate. So of course, I mean, I'm not going to go through this whole post. It is an absolute rant, an essay about Kohl's. He said he was overseas for 6 months, came back, and what the F, Kohl's? He's saying there's self-checkouts everywhere. He's been accused of shoplifting twice. At this point, the cashiers don't even check the video or check the bag. They just enter the code to override it, which is exactly what they do here in America, too. So it is pretty much entirely useless, other than maybe to deter shoplifting. But wow, it's so funny to see. Like, I have seen, just by reading the Australian subreddit, I've seen the anger being built up over the last 6 months and year against Kohl's and Woolworth. And so it's just, vindicated this guy. This guy says that's exactly what happened. Obligatory hating Kohl's post. Okay, let's see how many more there are. All right, we got... Okay, I thought it was a meme. No, this is like a Facebook post. Just your average Queenslander. So if you're from Queensland, maybe look away, because I'm guessing this is it's gonna offend you. Hashtag not all Queenslanders. I won't name camp in QLD, which I think is Queensland. But to the owner of the little white car in the car park, why park so close to my truck? He's joking. I park like this to avoid getting my doors bumped. You spend over $130K for something about see how you like it, pal. Wait. This guy can't be... This is not serious. How does someone have the gall inside of them? Like, my gall... I don't even know if I'm using the right word. If it was an organ, it would be like that big. You know what I mean? I can't do this. I could never park like that. Let alone get pissed at the person who parks next to me. And I'm the one that barely gave them any room to park there. Although I will say this truck looks straight out of Indiana. And I apologize for that. We probably built it and shipped it over there on a ship, and I'm sorry. You should send it back. What does he even mean? He parks like this to avoid his door, getting his doors bumped? What are you talking about? That's how you're gonna get your doors bumped. He's basically saying, hey, my truck is worth 2 parking spots. What are you thinking parking in that parking spot? Like, how dare you park next to me? Don't you know how expensive my truck is? Wow. Triggered. Okay, this is fascinating. I mean, I have not even looked at it yet. Let's see, 20 highest causes of death in Australia. So the first is ischemic heart disease. I don't know. Okay, heart disease. I'm just going to say heart disease. Dementia. How bizarre. I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to dementia and that kind of, like Alzheimer's. I didn't know that killed you. I thought that just affected your quality of life to an extreme extent. I know that it's a horrible disease. And shout out to anybody going through a loved one or you yourself dealing with that. Horrible. But I honestly didn't know it was a fatal disease. That is messed up. We need to do more research on that. COVID-19 direct. Really? Okay, this is 2022. So last year, damn, that is up there pretty high. That's higher than I would have thought it would be. It'll be interesting to see. Hopefully this will fall down the list in 2023. Cerebrovascular disease. Okay, I'm just going to skip over a couple of, the typical stuff. I'm sure diabetes here in America is probably up a few notches. Lung cancers. So, are there a lot of people who smoke in Australia? I don't feel like there are. Okay, cancers, accidental falls? I wouldn't have expected accidental falls to be remotely in the top 20. And it's all the way up here to number 11? That is unbelievably sad. That's just sad to me. Is it because there's so many people in the mining industry? And jeez, that should not happen. I mean, of course it's gonna happen, but it shouldn't be happen. I don't think that should be in your top 20. That's terrifying. 2%? You're telling me 1 out of 50 people who died in Australia last year died of an accidental fall? Or is this like at work, or is this like old people falling and breaking something and then dying? I don't think so. I think that's blowing my mind. I think I'm gonna have to move on because I've harped on way too long on this accidental falls. I just cannot believe that. That's remarkable. I'm gonna read a couple comments though. Okay. First comment, I didn't expect dementia to be so high up on the list. Neither did I. Yes, dementia again. Learn not to use transparent backgrounds for this stuff. I don't know what he's talking about. Squinting to read the chart. I read it just fine. They must be on a phone. Okay, no one so far is talking about the accidental falls. And to me, that's just like, what the hell? What? 1 out of 50 people should not be dying from an accidental fall. You guys are going to have to explain that to me. Moving on. All right, so I was curious about the voice referendum news on that, just because I know that's really big politically. Now, I learned last time I talked about this. This is super controversial, and I don't enjoy, like, I am not giving opinions on it. It's like not my business. I do not know the details of the law, and I'm not Australian, so it's not my place to be like. But I am curious just to hear.
A freedom rally in the CBD has turned ugly, with shoppers in Rundle Mall copping a mouthful of heated abuse. The protesters were pushing the no vote for a voice to Parliament, but that message was lost in a sea of conspiracy theories.
The signs were there, but not everyone was on topic, some even bearing imitation police badges.
We're sheriffs, common law sheriffs.
You know what I will say? It just makes me sad because this is the exact same state of politics here in America. And it's like, it just feels so toxic at this point, where everybody thinks the other team is like literal demons. I don't know what's going on, but it seems that way to me. I feel like it can be talked about a little more cordially on both ends. Just in general, here in America is mostly what I'm talking about, but let's continue.
Hundreds joined the Adelaide Freedom Rally this afternoon, parading through Rundle Mall, shouting at shoppers to vote no.
Now, I will say, as an amendment to what I just said, if there's something really, truly, like, let's say, tyrannical going on, I'm not saying that the people should just, let's just. No, they need to get out there and let their voices be known and get angry. But not about everything. You know what I mean?
For a voice to Parliament.
They're going to take our sovereignty. They're going to take your land rights. Vote no.
Their tactics scaring children.
He's hiding away from everyone because of all the noise.
And they didn't win over voters either.
Is that having the desired effects?
No,
not at all.
Honestly, I feel like that's typical of protests. It's kind of interesting. Sometimes they seem counterproductive to where, or at least violent protests, you know? And I'm not saying this is violent. I don't see any. I don't know. I haven't. Let's see.
Their message missing the mark.
I don't know how they say that we can be together and then be like this is all I've got to say. What are they even on about? What are they talking about?
Placards at the rally also supported the anti-vaccine movement, as well as a range of other conspiracies. The event's MC didn't have a clear answer.
And what are you marching for exactly? Is this,
You don't know? You haven't figured it out?
are you a conspiracy?
I like talking conspiracies, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
Lauren Rose.
Okay. All right. You guys, I do not enjoy stirring up the pot on this channel. It's not what it's about. So I'm not going to comment much except to say, man, I wish people could come together and be a little more cordial just in general on politics. It's really exhausting how divisive it all is. Let's continue. This is what I like to see. Just more posts about Colesworth. He's just talking about how he used to spend $350 to $450 a month there, and now he's pretty much trying to shop anywhere but there, which I like to see. I mean, that is, under the current system, that's how it works. Money talks. That's capitalism. Now, I understand that they're basically a duopoly, and they probably collude together. And maybe, I don't know, are they owned in some way? Like, is there a conflict of interest there? But if you can, I mean, if you agree that these people are out of line, not shopping there that'll be what does it. They'll finally hear you. What the hell is this? Are they serious? They literally took the same candy and just called it something different. I mean, did they? I love Twix. I don't know. I think I tried a Mars bar. I'm struggling to remember exactly what it was like. I know it was good, but this literally looks the same. Maybe the filling. Oh, wait, here's one difference, I think. This drop is a different color than this drop. So maybe the filling, but the filling looks the same. That's just bizarre because it looks so similar. Okay, now on to some offbeat news that happened that you guys sent in, which I really appreciate. First of all, I mean, to get this one out of the way, because this is by far the saddest one. Well, it's sad, but it's also bittersweet. 14 siblings were finally rescued from this household in Sydney 2 weeks ago, where they were being fed cat food. This reminds me of a news story that happened here in America a couple of years ago. It's absolutely unbelievable. I cannot believe anybody can treat their children like this. Thank God they got out, thanks to two of the older sisters filming like video evidence of what was going on inside the house, and they showed that to their teachers and got the police involved, and the kids were rescued. So at least that has a happy ending. Those people can rot. The parents. In other news, it was Mullet Fest in Curry. I think just a few. Well, this was in February, but I had to include it because honestly, I would just feel right at home if I was at Mullet Fest. That would be really heartwarming to me, being from Southern Indiana. If I was in Australia, going to Mullet Fest. I mean, look at this kid. I'm pretty sure I've seen this kid outside in the backyard on a four-wheeler tearing up people's backyards here in Southern Indiana. That's awesome. And finally, a viral video shows a magpie taking on a snake at the Australian National Botanic Gardens. I'm going to turn this way down. Magpies are absolutely savage and afraid of nothing. How is he more fearless than I am? And why is he what is he trying to do to the snake? They literally just harass any living creature. Does the magpie even want to... What's he want to do? Eat them? No, he's just trying to piss them off. That's what they were built to do. It's amazing. It's incredible to see. And those were the three main stories. Thank you to everybody who submitted stories. Magic, Sony, Nadine, Wesley, Mark, Jen, Jeff, Dallas. I really appreciate it. You can always submit some more local news stories down below. And hey, that's what happened this week in Australia, guys. I hope that was a good episode. I mean, it's over 20 minutes long. I hope somebody stayed. Because, well, I like you guys. Not to be weird, but I like you guys. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.